If you're watching this video, you may be unmotivated, you may be out of shape, whether that's overweight or severely underweight. You may not have much going on in your life. You may not talk to that many women. High testosterone is the key to fixing all of these things. That's what we're going to talk about today, is how to increase your testosterone so you can become a better man, a more in shape man, a man who's better at talking to women, a man who's more confident. There are 6 key things that we're going to talk about today on how to increase your testosterone, and we're just going to hop right into it. Number 1, heavy weightlifting. Not going on walks, not slightly getting your blood flow going, not going to play tennis with your boys. Heavy weightlifting. You need to put your body under extreme physical stress, not injuring yourself, but we need to be doing heavy compound lifts where multiple muscles in the body are activating and are going crazy to signal to our body like, hey, we need to get really strong really quick. Right now, our life depends on it. Shit like that. You need to get in the gym. You need to be benching, deadlifting, squatting, reasonable weight. Don't go in there and snap your spine in half trying to deadlift 405 and this is your first time working out. But don't go light either. If you're a normal grown-ass man and you go up in the gym trying to squat, you don't need to be starting with the bar and then doing a 25 on both sides. You need to be really pushing yourself to the limit. And that's subjective depending on who you are and what weight you are. But the point is, don't go light. Go heavy. Go heavy enough to where it causes strain, but not injury. You need to push our bodies to the limits, like heavy to the limits. So you need to be walking out of the gym feeling like you about died, but in a very safe way, if that makes sense. I'm not advocating that you hurt yourself in the gym. I am advocating that you lift heavy ass weight and you go with very high intensity and you go to absolute failure, and you just get the most insane workout in. Those of you that are interested, I actually have a workout journal linked in the description below. I sell books, so I have a workout journal and a focus journal and a Bible study for couples book in the description. So, if you want to start getting up in the gym and tracking your workouts and tracking your weights and tracking your weight, and the book also teaches you how to size yourself, size your arms, your chest, everything like that. That'll be in the description for anybody that's interested. Anyways, thing number 2, we got to eat clean. We got to eat super clean and we got to eat high protein. We can't be eating processed bullshit. We need to be eating whole foods. We need to be cooking our own organic chicken and beef and rice and everything like that. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to eat boring ass dog food tasting meals. You can make really creative and still really good meals with whole foods and whole ingredients. And I don't want to hear anything in the comments about I'm too busy to cook or I don't know how to cook. Cooking does not need to be hard. It is not hard, and it does not need to be time consuming either. You can meal prep for the whole week. You can spend 30 minutes to an hour making meals for a whole week or two. I've seen people do it. I do it myself. You are not any more special than anybody else that meal preps or that cooks really clean meals. Item number 3, not being too lean or too fat. We don't want to get absolutely shredded. When you start to get to a little bit too low of a body fat percentage. When you start to get to too low of a body fat percentage, your testosterone actually starts to drop. And when you get too fat, when you have too much fat on your body, it releases stress hormones, and that also raises your cortisol and lowers your testosterone. So we need to get to a nice little middle ground. What is that middle ground? I think 15 to 25% body fat is a healthy body fat percentage range for men, but it depends on who you are. It depends on if you're a woman. It depends on your height, everything, your activity level. So I would Google what's a good body fat percentage for me to be at 5'10" and 160 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Number 4, this is literally what it says in my notes here. Stop touching your pecker. When you imagine a masculine man with high testosterone, a full beard, he looks like a dang grizzly bear. Do you imagine him sitting there spending 2 hours of his day watching corn and touching his pecker? Hell no, you don't, because he doesn't, because he's busy working and he's busy talking to women and he's busy making money. He's too busy to sit around playing with his pecker watching some dumbass videos online. It's funny, but it's true. It's real shit. You need to stop playing around with your pecker. You need to actually talk to women. You need to get comfortable talking to women. You need to be around women. That increases your testosterone. Talking to women, the more you talk to women, the more comfortable you get with women. And the more comfortable you get with women, the higher your testosterone goes, because you're around women constantly. You're talking to women constantly. I'm not advocating for anything sexual because, I'm Christian. I believe in waiting till after marriage to have sex. But, there's nothing wrong with kissing and talking to and being around women and things like that. Item number 5, you need quality sleep. Sleep is where your body does everything. All of its processes run on maximum while you're sleeping. And if you're only getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep, that is just not enough. It's not enough for your body to repair itself. It's not enough for your brain to fully reset from the previous day. You need to get a good 8 hours of sleep every single night. And I know it's not always reasonable. Sometimes work gets in the way. I work as a fireman. There's times where we're running calls all night long. I'll go all night long without shutting my eyes once. And I know there's other special circumstances like that, but just do your best. Trying to get the most sleep. Don't stay up till 3 a.m. and then wake up at 6 and go to work. I know it's boring, but sleep is a huge priority, and sleep will make a huge difference in your energy levels and your testosterone. Final thing, stress management. The stress hormone is cortisol. The higher cortisol you have, the lower testosterone you have. We need to learn not necessarily to lower our stressors in life, because that's not always an option. You can't just say, hey, you are not going to stress me out anymore. This blank and this blank and this blank are not going to stress me out anymore. But what can we do? We can learn how to deal with it better. We can teach our bodies to deal with stress better and not to release as much cortisol and not to get so freaked out by things that we don't need to get freaked out over. One, if you don't have control over something, and I know this is easy to say and hard to put into practice, but it's really true. If you don't have control over something, you should not allow it to stress you out. Now, if you do have control over it, it should stress you out, because you should be working to get rid of that thing. If something just is what it is, then it is what it is. We gotta really teach ourselves to kind of recognize that. Some things we can do. One thing I do is I take cold showers. I'm not saying my entire shower is always cold, but even if I take a normal hot shower, at the end of my shower for about a minute or two, I'll turn it as cold as it gets. What cold showers does is it triggers your body's stress functions. When that cold water hits your body has the same reaction that it would during like a panic attack. It freezes up, you can't speak. And so over time, I've been doing that for like 5 years now. And now when I turn that cold water on, it's cold, but I don't freeze up, I don't lock up, I don't get that panicky sensation. It just is cold. But also at the same time, I'm used to it now, so it kind of feels nice. And that just helps your body learn how to deal with stress better. Doing that physical action can help your body deal with mental and emotional and real physical stress. And so those are the 6 things that I think that you need to start doing to increase your testosterone so you can become a more motivated man, a man who chases his goals, who makes money, who is in shape, who chases women, or is comfortable with women, I should say. That's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you guys are interested, I have a workout journal and a focus journal. They're linked in the description. And I appreciate you watching. God bless you. Jesus loves you. I love you. Peace out.